The hotel room smelled like expensive cologne and death. Adaeze stood by the window, watching Lagos glow below like a city of broken promises. Behind her, on the king-sized bed, Chief Emeka lay perfectly still. His chest wasn't moving. His eyes stared at nothing. Her hands shook as she reached for her phone. This wasn't supposed to happen. None of this was supposed to happen. But to understand this moment, we need to go back to where everything started falling apart. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button now because this story gets darker. And trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. Keep watching. 3 months earlier, Adaeze sat in her tiny room in Yaba, counting money for the third time. 15,000 naira. That was everything she had left in the world. Rent was 35,000 naira, due in 2 days. Her mother's medication cost 12,000 naira every week. The numbers didn't work. They never did anymore. Rain hammered the window. Her phone screen was cracked, showing 17 missed calls from her landlord. She couldn't remember the last real meal she ate, just Gary her water, again and again. 2 years ago, she was a university student with dreams, big dreams, glass offices, business suits, her name on coffee cups, making her mother proud. Then her mother collapsed at the market. Stroke. The word changed everything. Treatment cost more money than Adaeze could ever make working part-time at a call center. So she dropped out, took more jobs, tried everything. But Lagos doesn't care about dreams. Lagos eats dreams and spits out bones. Her phone buzzed. Chioma. I'm coming over. We need to talk. Adaeze's stomach twisted. When Chioma said that, it was never good news. 20 minutes later, Chioma knocked. She stepped in, shaking rain from her Brazilian hair, smelling like expensive perfume. Her dress hugged every curve. Her makeup was perfect. Chioma looked like money. She always did these days. Adaeze, you can't keep living like this. Chioma's face twisted with pity. I'm managing. Managing? This is suffering. Chioma sat on the only chair. I know you are a good girl, but good girls don't eat in Lagos, you understand? Adaeze said nothing. Chioma pulled out her phone, scrolling through pictures, rooftop lounges, fancy restaurants, hotel rooms with ocean views. In every photo, Chioma smiled next to different men, older men in expensive suits. These men just want company, Chioma said softly. Someone pretty to talk to, someone to make them feel young, and they pay very, very well. Adaeze's throat got dry. Chioma, are you... Don't say it like that. I'm not a prostitute. I'm a runs girl. There's a difference. I choose who I see. I set my price. I'm in control. It's the same thing. No. Chioma's eyes flashed. Prostitutes stand in the rain. I sit in penthouses drinking champagne. Do you see the difference? Part of Adaeze wanted to throw Chioma out, but another part, desperate and hungry, whispered, listen. Just listen. I can't, Adaeze said weakly. You can't, or you don't want to? Chioma leaned forward. Tell me you can pay rent. Tell me you can buy your mother's medicine. Tell me you're not tired of crying every night. Adaeze couldn't say any of those things. Just once, Chioma said gently. Come out with me once. Meet someone. If you don't like it, never do it again. But at least you have money for this month. At least your mother gets her medicine. Thunder rumbled outside like a warning. Just once? Adaeze heard herself whisper. Just once. Adaeze didn't know that just once was the biggest lie anyone ever told themselves. The next night, Escape Lounge sat on the 23rd floor of a glass building in Victoria Island. Adaeze had walked past this building 100 times, always looking up, always wondering what it felt like inside. Now she knew. It felt like a different world. The elevator played smooth jazz, the walls were mirrors. Adaeze barely recognized herself. Chioma had done her makeup, transforming her into someone beautiful and strange. Her borrowed dress was too tight. Her heels killed her feet. "Smile," Chioma whispered as the doors opened. "You look terrified." "I am terrified." "Don't be. Just laugh at his jokes and look interested. That's all men want, to feel important." The lounge was dim and golden. Beautiful women draped over older men like jewelry. Waiters glided between tables with drinks that probably cost more than rent. Chioma led her to a corner booth where two men sat, one young and bored, the other older, maybe 50, with a round belly and kind eyes. "Mr. Okonkwo," Chioma's voice went sweet and high. "This is Adaeze, my university friend. Very smart, very classy." Mr. Okonkwo's eyes swept over Adaeze like a scanner, but his smile stayed kind. "Please sit. What would you like to drink?" "Water." Everyone laughed. "Water?" The younger man smirked. "Where did you find this one? Church?" "She's just shy." "Adaeze, have wine. The wine here is amazing." Adaeze ordered wine. She hated wine. But the first sip tasted like bitter flowers. The second was easier. By the third glass, the fear loosened. Mr. Okonkwo talked about his bank, his children studying abroad, his wife who didn't understand him anymore. Adaeze nodded and smiled. It wasn't hard. He seemed lonely more than anything. "You are easy to talk to," he said after his fourth drink. "Most girls just want Instagram pictures, but you actually listen." "Thank you," Adaeze said, not knowing why she was thanking him. Hours passed like minutes. The lounge got darker. Couples disappeared. Chioma and the young man were already gone. "It's getting late." Mr. Okonkwo checked his gold watch. But first, he pulled out an envelope. "For your time." Adaeze's heart stopped. "I didn't." "Please." He pushed it toward her. "You made my evening wonderful. Take it." Her hands shook as she opened it. 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira for sitting and talking for 3 hours. "This is too much." "It's nothing. Can I see you again next week?" Next week, her mother would need more medicine. Next week, bills would come. Next week, she would still be drowning. "Yes," she heard herself say. He smiled. "Wonderful." The Uber ride home felt like floating. Adaeze clutched the envelope, her mind racing. 50,000 naira. She didn't do anything. He didn't touch her. Just talking, just smiling. Maybe Chioma was right. Maybe this wasn't so bad. Maybe she could do this a few more times, just until she got back on her feet. But Lagos doesn't make deals like that. Hold on. If this story is hitting different, drop a comment below telling me what you think. And hit like so more people can see this. The next part will shock you. Keep watching. 3 weeks later, Adaeze had seen Mr. Okonkwo 4 more times. Each envelope got thicker. Each time got easier. She paid rent, bought medicine, even bought new clothes, real clothes. Money made her walk taller, feel stronger. Money did that. Chioma introduced her to more men. Lawyers, doctors, politicians, men with wives and secrets. Men who wanted to feel young and powerful. Most were easy. They wanted dinner, conversation, someone to laugh at their jokes. Some wanted more. Mr. Okonkwo was the first to ask. They were in a Lekki hotel room. He said they'd have dinner, but there was no restaurant. Just a room with an ocean view and champagne on ice. "I thought we were eating," Adaeze said, her stomach twisting. "We will," Mr. Okonkwo loosened his tie. "But first, relax. You're always tense." "I'm not." "You are." He moved closer. His hand touched her waist. "I've been very good to you, very generous. But Adaeze, I'm not young anymore. I don't have time for games." Panic flooded her. "What are you saying?" "I want more than conversation. I've paid enough for talking, don't you think?" Her body went rigid. She wanted to run, but her legs wouldn't move, and numbers danced in her head.
Rent, medicine, food, survival. I'll double what I give you, he said softly. 200,000 naira just for tonight. 200,000 naira. 6 months of rent, 2 months of treatment, breathing room. Okay, she whispered. She barely remembered what happened next. Her mind went somewhere else, somewhere far away and safe. When it was over, Mr. Okonkwo kissed her forehead like she was precious. You are special, not like the others. Adaeze said nothing. She took the money and left. In the Uber, she counted it 3 times. 200,000 naira. It should have felt like winning. Instead, it felt like losing something she could never get back. That night, she showered for an hour, scrubbed her skin until it hurt, but the feeling wouldn't leave. Just this once, she told herself. Never again. But the money ran out fast, and when Chioma called with another opportunity, she said yes. And another. And another. The line she swore she'd never cross became a line she crossed every week. By the second month, Adaeze had a routine. Thursday through Saturday were work nights. Sundays were for her mother, visiting with fruits and lies about a new job in Lekki. Her mother smiled, proud of her daughter finally making it. Adaeze stopped looking in mirrors. The money was good, really good. She moved to a better flat in Surulere, hot water, a door that locked, new phones, new shoes. She went to salons where Ron's girls gossiped about clients like they were selling cars instead of themselves. Some girls had been doing this for years. Apartment in Lekki, their own cars, Dubai trips. They made it look like power. But Adaeze saw the truth in their eyes, the same emptiness she saw in her own. One Saturday, Chioma brought her to a Banana Island mansion. 3 stories of marble and gold, pool glowing blue, music pounding, beautiful women and powerful men everywhere. This is where real money is. Politicians, oil men, one night and you are set for months. It feels dangerous. It is, but so is being poor. At least this danger pays. A man approached, tall, young, maybe 25, gold chain thick as rope. Watch what a house, eyes cold and entitled. Chioma, who's your friend? This is Adaeze. Adaeze, this is Kenny. But I don't need introduction. I'm Kenny. That's all you need to know. He looked at Adaeze like merchandise. You are new. Yes. I like new. How much? Adaeze's face burned. No one had been that direct. She's not, Chioma started. How much? Kenny repeated harder. Adaeze wanted to walk away, tell him she wasn't for sale. But her mouth said, 300,000. Kenny laughed. 300 for you? You're not Beyonce. Then find someone else. Kenny's smile disappeared. Then returned sharper. I like you. You have fire. Okay, 300. But you better be worth it. He grabbed her hand, pulled her through the party, upstairs, into a bedroom bigger than her apartment. The door closed. Take off your dress, Kenny said, pouring a drink. Adaeze's hands trembled. This felt different, wrong, dangerous. Wait, money first. You don't trust me? It's business. He transferred 300,000 naira. Her phone buzzed. Happy? She wasn't happy. Hadn't been happy in months. But she took off her dress anyway. Kenny was rough. Rougher than the others. He didn't pretend to care. He took what he paid for like signing a check. When done, he fell asleep immediately. Adaeze sat on the bed edge, body aching, mind screaming. She looked at his peaceful sleeping face. For him, just another Saturday. For her, another piece of soul traded for survival. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. I saw you at the party. You are beautiful. Are you available? Another text. How much for the night? Another. Kenny said you are good. What's your rate? They were passing her number around like a business card. She was becoming known, popular, in demand. She should have felt successful. Instead, she felt like drowning. The third month, things fell apart. A girl from university saw her getting out of a Lexus in Victoria Island. Their eyes locked for one moment, one terrible moment. By Monday, her old classmates' group chat exploded. "Is that Adaeze? What happened? I heard she's doing runs now. So sad." She was always proud. Now look. Adaeze deleted everything. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, but whispers followed everywhere. Her mother started asking questions. "People say they see you with different men. Old men. Is it true?"
No, Mama. You know how people talk. They're jealous. Her mother's stroke-damaged face twisted with doubt. Just be careful now. Lagos is dangerous for young girls. I'm always careful, Mama. But she wasn't careful. She was reckless. The money came too easy. She stopped asking about men before meeting them. Stopped setting boundaries. Took whoever Chioma sent. Then she met Chief Emeka. Chief Emeka was 55, divorced, with a daughter in London, made money in oil, lost most in bad deals, now rebuilding, making promises he couldn't keep. He was also desperately lonely. Their first meeting was at an Ikoyi restaurant. He talked for 2 hours about his ex-wife who left when money dried up, his daughter who only called needing something. "You are easy to talk to," he said. The same thing they all said. "You actually care." Adaeze didn't care. She'd stopped caring months ago, but she nodded and smiled. He requested her every week. Unlike others, he didn't always want sex. Sometimes just company, someone to watch movies with, someone to make silence less loud. Adaeze almost liked him. Almost. "I'm in trouble," Chief Emeka confessed one night in his small Bagada apartment. "I owe dangerous people money. If I don't pay soon..." "How much?" 3 million. I whistled. "That's a lot." "I know. I've tried everything. No one will help me. They think I'm finished." His eyes went desperate. "You could help. Your clients are rich. If you could talk to them, convince them to invest." "I can't. We don't have that relationship. Please." He grabbed her hands. "I'm begging. Everyone abandoned me. You are the only person who treats me human." His grip was tight, almost painful, his eyes wild. "I'll think about it," she lied. But she didn't think about it. She had enough problems. Chief Emeka called 6 times the next week. She ignored all. He sent frantic texts. "Please, I need help. They're threatening to kill me. Adaeze, please, just one meeting." She blocked his number. 2 weeks later, Chief Emeka appeared at her apartment, face bruised, lips split, looking like he hadn't slept in days. "How did you know where I live?" "I followed you. I'm sorry, but I had no choice." He pushed inside. "They beat me. They will kill me if I don't pay." "Get out or I call police." "The police? They own the police. I'm going to die and it's your fault for ignoring me." "My fault? I don't owe you anything." His face twisted with rage. She thought he'd hit her. Then he collapsed, sobbing. "Please, I have nobody. Nobody." Between pity and fear, Adaeze transferred 50,000 naira. "Take it. Leave. Don't come back." He left without a word, stumbling like a broken man. That night, Adaeze couldn't sleep. She kept seeing his bruised face. Part guilty, part angry he made her feel guilty. She was so tired. Tired of men, tired of lies, tired of pretending control while everything spun out of control. Maybe it was time to stop. She had money saved. Not a fortune, but enough. Enough to disappear. Start over. But Lagos had its claws in her. 3 days later, Chief Emeka called from a new number. Voice calm, now almost cheerful. "Adaeze, I'm sorry about before. I was crazy, but everything is fine now. I got the money. The deal came through." "That's good."
I want to celebrate with you. Tonight, I booked a cool hotel, best suite, champagne. Let me thank you properly. You don't have to. I insist. Please, you are the only person who helped me. Something felt off, but 50,000 for a few hours seemed okay, and he sounded happy, stable. Okay, what time? 9 o'clock, room 2304. Echo Hotel was beautiful, tall and shining by the Atlantic. Adaeze knew it well. The lobby felt safe, familiar. She took the elevator to 23 and her heels clicked on marble. Room 2304 was at the end. She knocked twice. Chief Emeka opened the door. Fresh suit, bruises faded, wide smile. Come in, welcome. The room was stunning. Floor-to-ceiling windows showing the ocean, champagne on ice, soft music. But something felt off. The air too thick, too quiet. Sit, Chief Emeka said, pouring champagne. Let's toast new beginnings. Adaeze took the glass but didn't drink. She watched him carefully. His smile too wide, hands trembling. Are you okay? Me? Perfect. Better than perfect. He drank his champagne in one gulp. You know what's funny? I spent my life building things and it all fell apart so fast, like it never mattered. Chief Emeka? But I realized something. Nothing matters. Not money, not respect, not life. It all ends in dirt. Adaeze stood. I should go. No, his voice sharp. Stay. Drink with me. I don't feel comfortable. Comfortable? You take money from strangers every night, but you don't feel comfortable with me? That's not fair. Fair? Nothing is fair. He grabbed her wrist. You think you are special? You are just another Lagos girl selling yourself. Adaeze pulled away. Let me go. I paid my debt, Chief Emeka said, voice breaking. Sold everything. My car, my mother's jewelry, my daughter's school fees, everything. And it still wasn't enough, so I borrowed more from worse people. Now I owe even more. That's not my problem. It is. Chief Emeka grabbed her shoulders, shaking. You could have helped, but you gave me 50,000 naira like I was a beggar. Get off. Adaeze shoved hard. Chief Emeka stumbled back. His face went red. He reached for her again, but suddenly his expression changed. Eyes went wide, hand clenched chest. Chief Emeka! He made a choking sound. Legs gave out. He collapsed on carpet, body convulsing. Chief Emeka! Adaeze dropped beside him. What's wrong? His mouth opened and closed like a fish. No sound. Eyes terrified and pleading. Heart attack.
Help! Adaeze screamed. Somebody help! She grabbed her phone, dialed emergency. The operator was calm, asking questions, giving instructions. Adaeze tried CPR, like in movies, but her hands shook too hard. Chief Emeka's convulsions slowed, then stopped. His eyes stayed open, staring at ceiling, seeing nothing. No, no, no. Adaeze shook him, slapped his face, begged him to wake up. But Chief Emeka was gone. Adaeze sat back, hands covered in his sweat, room spinning. This couldn't be real. Then footsteps in the hall, voices coming closer. The door burst open, hotel security. Behind them, police in dark uniforms. She's here, a guard shouted. I didn't, he just... Adaeze couldn't form words. An officer knelt by Chief Emeka, checking pulse. He shook his head. He's dead. It was a heart attack, Adaeze said, voice high and desperate. I swear, he collapsed. I tried to help. You tried to help? Or you chilled him? Another officer pulled out handcuffs. We got an anonymous tip 30 minutes ago. Said a prostitute was planning to rob and murder a client, room 2304. That's insane. Who would? Then, it hit her. Chief Emeka, he called them himself. You have the right to remain silent. The handcuffs clicked around her wrist. Wait, please, check cameras. I didn't do anything. But they weren't listening. They dragged her out, past staring guests, into the elevator.
Lagos runs girl kills client. That's what headlines would say. In the holding cell, Adaeze finally understood Chifemeka's suicide. He knew his heart was weak, knew he was dying, so he set her up. One final revenge. He destroyed himself and took her down with him. The holding cell smelled like urine and despair. Adaeze sat in her expensive stained dress. Other women whispered and stared. 3 days before court, 3 days of cold food, 3 days of lawyers she couldn't afford, 3 days of the same questions trying to trap her. Just confess, make it easier. We know you girls, always looking for money. Things went wrong, he refused to pay, you fought, he died. That's not what happened. Then what? He had a heart attack. Convenient. Healthy 55-year-old just drops dead. He wasn't healthy. He was stressed. He owed dangerous people. But nobody investigated. They had their story. Girl kills client. Case closed. Chioma visited once. Perfect makeup, strong perfume. I'm sorry, Chioma said, not sounding sorry, sounding scared. I can't help. If I get involved, they'll come after me. You understand? I brought you into this. You said it was safe. It was safe. You got greedy, got sloppy. Chioma glanced around. I have to go. Good luck. She left. Adaeze's mother came next, in a wheelchair, half her face still paralyzed, but her good eye held enough judgment. Is it true, what they say about you? Adaeze wanted to lie, but she was tired of lying. Yes, Mama. Her face crumpled, not with sadness, with disgust. I would rather you died than become this. I would rather bury you than claim you as my daughter. Mama, please, don't call me that. I have no daughter. She turned to the nurse. Take me home. I don't want to see her face ever again. Adaeze watched her mother leave. That was worse than handcuffs, worse than the cell. Her mother's rejection, final and complete. The trial lasted 2 weeks. Chifemeka's family hired expensive lawyers. They painted Adaeze as a monster, a killer. Look at her, the lawyer pointed. Does she look like a victim? She chose this life, and when Chifemeka discovered what she was, she killed him. That's not true, Adaeze shouted. Order! The judge banged his gavel. One more outburst or you are removed. The medical examiner finally testified. What caused Chifemeka's death? Cardiac arrest. Massive heart attack. Could the defendant have caused this? No. Chifemeka had severe coronary artery disease, 90% blocked arteries. He could have died any moment. So the defendant is not responsible, not medically. His death was inevitable. The courtroom erupted. After 6 hours, the jury came back. On the charge of murder, we find the defendant not guilty. The room exploded. Chifemeka's family screamed. However, the judge said the defendant is guilty of prostitution, sentenced to 6 months in Kirikiri, suspended. You are free to go. Free. The word felt like a joke. Adaeze walked out into bright Lagos sunshine. Reporters swarmed her, shoving microphones. How does it feel to be free? Will you continue as a prostitute? What do you say to Chifemeka's family? Adaeze pushed through, not answering. She just walked, away from courthouse, away from cameras, away from everything. She walked for hours, past the university, past restaurants, past her old room in Yaba. As sun set, she found herself at a small church. She'd never been religious, but the doors were open and they looked warm. An older woman swept the floor. She looked up as Adaeze entered. Can I help you, my dear? I don't know. Adaeze said honestly. I don't know anything anymore. The woman set down her broom. You look hungry. Come, let me get you food. They sat in the kitchen. The woman made garri and soup. Simple food that tasted like home. What is your name? Adaeze. I'm Sister Patience. What brought you here? And Adaeze told her how she had destroyed herself, how she was dying slowly. You are still alive. For what? I don't deserve help. Maybe not, but you need it, and that is enough. 6 months later, Adaeze stood before 15 young girls in that church. They wore expressions she recognized: fear, shame, desperation, hope. My name is Adaeze. I want to tell you a story about a girl who thought she had no choices, who thought selling herself was survival. A story about how wrong she was. She told them everything, not to shock, but to warn. The money was good, I won't lie, but money can't buy back your dignity, can't buy back peace, can't buy back pieces of your soul you sell. Some girls cried, some looked angry, some just looked tired. I am not here to judge. I am here to tell you there's another way. It's harder, it's slower, but it's real and it's yours. After the session, a young girl approached, maybe 17, old eyes in young face. My landlord says I have to pay rent, or Adaeze knew that sentence. She'd lived it. How much? 35,000. The same amount, the same trap. What is your name? Blessing. Blessing, I'm going to help you, not with money. Money is just a bandage. We'll find you a real job, a safe place to stay. Make sure you never make the choices I made. Deal? The girl's eyes filled with tears. Why would you help me?
Because someone helped me, and because your name is Blessing. And I think that means something. A year later, Adaeze worked 3 jobs: call center mornings, boutique afternoons, church counseling evenings. The money was less than one night with a client, but she slept better, breathed easier. Her mother never called. That wound never healed. But her younger brother reached out, said he was proud. That meant something. Sometimes she still had nightmares, still felt hands that weren't there, still woke gasping, counting imaginary money. But those nights were fewer. Lagos hadn't forgiven her. People still recognized her, still whispered, still saw her as that girl. But Adaeze was learning to forgive herself, and that was harder and more important. She stood at the church microphone before donors and girls who needed hope. They say Lagos is a city of dreams, but for some, it's nightmares. A city that eats you alive if you're not careful. I wasn't careful. I thought I could play and win. But Lagos doesn't play fair. She paused, looking at faces staring back. But here's what I learned. You can lose everything and still have something left. You can fall so far you can't see sky and still find a way to climb. Not all the way. Maybe never all the way. But enough. Enough to matter. Enough to help the next girl. In the front row, Blessing sat with 4 other girls from the program, all on the edge, all saved by small kindness and big courage. I can't change my past. Chief Emeka is still dead. My mother won't speak to me. My name is Maud. But I can change what comes next. For me, for girls after me, for anyone brave enough to choose different. She looked at the girls directly. Survival is not living. I survived for months, but I wasn't alive. I was a ghost in expensive clothes. Don't be a ghost. Don't sell yourself for survival. Find another way. Ask for help. Scream for help. But don't do what I did. Don't trade your soul for money, because no amount can buy it back. The room was silent. Then one person clapped. Then another. Then everyone. Adaeze stepped off stage, hands shaking, but heart steady. You are saving lives, Sister Patience whispered. One story at a time. Maybe,
or maybe just trying to save herself by helping others. Either way, it felt right. The first right thing in a long time. That night, Adaeze stood on her Surulere balcony. Same view of Lagos, glittering, dangerous, beautiful. She thought about Chief Emeka sometimes, wondered if he planned it or if it just happened. She'd never know. Maybe that was okay. Lagos sprawled beneath her. Millions chasing dreams and running from nightmares. Somewhere down there, another girl counted her last naira. Somewhere, another Chioma whispered promises. Somewhere, another Chief Emeka was dying, taking someone down. The cycle never stopped. But maybe one girl at a time, it could slow. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Hi, my friend gave you your number. She said you help girls like us. I need help, please. Adaeze stared at the message, then typed back. Where are you? Let's meet. You are not alone anymore. She pressed send and watched Lagos glow. The city that broke her and rebuilt her into something different, something scarred but stronger. She wasn't the girl that stepped into that lounge. She wasn't the girl that counted money in hotel rooms. She wasn't the girl that stood over a dead man. She was Adaeze, the survivor, the helper, the warning. And that was enough. If you enjoyed this video, kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content. Your support helps us reach more people who need to hear these messages. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story.